Alright, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Havoc here. Today what I have for you guys is yet another tutorial. I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an outro for free for your YouTube videos. Now, if my voice does sound a little different, it's actually because I'm sick, but you guys know the grind never stops, and plus I gotta keep giving you guys some tutorials. A lot of you guys wanted to see this one, so I had to get this out as soon as possible. If you could please drop a like, that would be greatly appreciated, and also be sure to subscribe. I'm currently really close to 35,000 subscribers, so any help would be greatly appreciated. And this is going to be a very in-depth tutorial, so I hope you guys do enjoy. The finished product will be very, very good. Promise you guys that. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is click on the first link in the description, and that will take you to this page right here. And we're going to click on create a new image, and we're going to make the width 1920 and the height 1080. And we're going to click on transparent and click OK. And I'm just going to click on this double square button right here and scroll out. It's self-explanatory, just scroll out on your mouse. Now the first thing that you're going to want to do is basically whatever color you want this outro to be, you're going to do that, and then grunge background. So for instance, I'm going to make my intro red, so just type in Google red grunge background, go ahead and view image, go ahead and download this image, go back to Pixlr, and then go to layer, open image as layer, and then your image should be right here. Go ahead and open that up. And then to make this a little bigger, we're going to go to Edit, Free Transform, and make sure you're holding on the Shift button so the proportions stay the same, because if you don't, then the proportions will be different. So make sure you hold the Shift button and make it about that size right there. So I'm going to go to Filter, Gaussian Blur, and I'm going to blur this out to about 30. Click OK. And I'm also going to click on a new layer right here, this button right here, and we're going to go ahead and click on this rectangle tool right here. Make sure it's on the rectangle, and we're going to go ahead and make rectangles on all four sides, like so. Once you have all four sides done, go to Filter, Gaussian Blur. I would say about all the way probably. There we are right there. And you can also click on this button right here, and then you can lower the opacity. So if you don't like it this dark, you can obviously lower it so that it doesn't get as dark. So I might lower it down to like 90 or so. So the next thing that we're going to do is I actually have a template for you guys to download. That'll be the second link in the description. Go ahead and click on this green download button, and once you do that, it'll download right here, and then just go ahead and save it onto your desktop. Go back to Pixlr, go to layer, open image as layer, and then we're going to open this end screen template right here, and that will be the template that you will be downloading. Go ahead and click open. There it is right there. And then you're going to go to the magic wand tool right here, and then go ahead and click off of these boxes and press delete, same as inside these boxes. And there you are. Make sure you click on this lasso tool just to get out of that selection of these boxes. So you shouldn't have to move this template right here. It should be where it is. Now let's say you want to change the color. Let's say you don't want it to be white. You can always go to Adjustment, Hue and Saturation. I think you have to press Colorize. Yes, you have to press Colorize, but you can change the hue. So you can pretty much change the color of these boxes if you want to. I'm going to keep them white for this tutorial. So now that we have these two boxes right here for, let's say you want to put a previous video and then also a random video for people to click on after they watch your video. So now that we have that, I want you guys to click on the third link in the description, and that will take you to dafont.com. This is a website where it has basically thousands upon thousands of different fonts. A through Z, you can pretty much search and scroll through whatever you want. But for today's tutorial, I'm going to be using the font Kenzo, I believe it's how it's pronounced. So once you find a font that you want to use for your outro, just go ahead and click the download button right here. And it should download right here once it's finished. Gonna show in folder and drag it onto your desktop. Right click, extract here. And then there are two files for this one, so they're two different fonts for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and install the regular font, so double click on it and then click install. And I already have it installed, so I'm just going to say no. But for you guys, you would say yes since you don't have it installed yet. And that's pretty much all you have to do to download any of the fonts that you find. So now once you have it downloaded, go back to Pixlr and click on the text tool right here. And go ahead and click anywhere on the screen and make sure you click on the font that you downloaded. So I'm going to click on Kenzo because I downloaded that one. Make sure the size is 130 and we're going to write previous because this will be where we put our previous video. Make sure it's white. Click OK and center it all up right about there, I would say. Right click on this font, layer styles, and then we're going to add an outer glow of 10 opacity, 10 hardness, and 10 size. And we're going to make it black and click OK. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate this text right here. So I'm going to right click on the previous layer, duplicate layer, and move this over. And I'm going to go ahead and click on this text font again and click anywhere on the text right here. And we're going to go ahead and name this random. Make sure you're not holding on the shift button because regardless it'll still be all caps, because if you do so, if you hold on the caps button for this font, it will do that. So make sure you're not holding shift. And I spelled it wrong. There we go. Press OK. And we're going to scoot this over to the center right there. So this is where we're going to put the previous video, and this is where we're just going to put a random video for the outro. Next, you're going to want to go into the Google search again and type in white Snapchat PNG or Snapchat white PNG. And the first result should be pretty good. Just view image, download it onto your desktop, and do the same for Twitter as well, or whatever social media that you want to use. So if you want to use Facebook, just type in Facebook white PNG or whatnot. And once you have those both downloaded onto your desktop, and you're going to want to go back to Pixlr, click on layer, open image as layer, and then here's your Snapchat right here, and then Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Snapchat. There it is right there. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit to where I can see what is going on. And I'm going to go to edit, free transform, and I'm going to scale this down a little bit. Make sure you're holding on the shift button or else the proportions will be messed up. So I'm going to probably put it just about around that size right there. And I'm also going to make sure it's kind of lined up with this edge of the square right there. And you can just eyeball it, and I'm going to probably put it somewhere around there. And then click yes. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same for the Twitter logo. So I'm going to go to layer, open image as layer, and then open up the Twitter logo right here. And we're going to do free transform again and scale it down to where it's relatively the same size as the Snapchat logo. So you can just eyeball it. Should be pretty good if you eyeball it. But that looks pretty scaled to size right there, and scoot it pretty much right below the Snapchat logo. We're going to go ahead and create a kind of a black layer around this, black border like we did on the text. So right click on whatever layer the Twitter logo is on and click on layer styles, and we're going to put an outer glow of 100 opacity, 10 hardness, and 10 size, and change the color to black. Press OK, press OK again, and then go to the other layer where your Instagram logo is and go to layer styles, outer glow, same thing as before. Click OK and click OK again. Now, last but not least, we're going to go ahead and duplicate the layer of the text again. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this real quick. This button right here, I'm going to click on it so that we have more room to see the different layers. And we're going to go back to our text, right click, duplicate layer, Move this layer down to about there, I would say. Press the text icon and click anywhere on the text. And whatever your Snapchat or Twitter account is, that's what you will put. So for me, mine is Marquette. So click yes right there. And then I'm going to duplicate the layer once again and move it down next to the Twitter logo right here. And click on the text icon again. Click anywhere on the text and change it to @TheHavoc. Feel free to add me on Snapchat or follow me on Twitter. Be sure to do that. And so yeah, once you have this pretty much finished, that I would say is your finished product. If you don't like the color of the background though, and you can always do this if you don't like the background color, you can always click on the layer of the background and go to Adjustment, Hue and Saturation, and click Colorize, and you can change the hue or the color. And you can either press Colorize or not, it'll still change the color. But I'm going to keep the color that I currently have right here. Pretty much once you are finished and once you like your finished product right here, we still have some steps. So the tutorial's not over just yet. I want to make sure you guys can make the best outro that you can possibly make. So once you have this, go to File, Save, and we're going to up the quality to 100, save it as a JPEG, press OK, save it onto your desktop, and then we're going to name it Outro, and then click Save. And make sure before you exit out of there that it's on your desktop. So here, there's our outro for now, but I'm going to make a couple more changes. So for these last couple steps, you're going to need the program Sony Vegas Pro. Now, obviously it costs money, but I actually do have a video on how to get it for free. So check down in the description. It should be, I believe, the 4th link in the description. So go ahead and click on it. Go through that tutorial, download it, install it onto your computer, and go ahead and open up Sony Vegas like I have right here. And take your outro image that you have on your desktop and drag it into Sony Vegas like so. And we're going to go ahead and scale it up. So if you want to zoom, you just zoom in with your mouse on your scroller. And we're going to zoom in just about right about here. And we're going to drag this side over to just about 15 seconds right here like so. And we're going to drag these corners. So if you go to one of the corners right here and one of the corners right here, you can see that you can fade and offset. So we're going to do that. And we're going to fade it to about 1 second on each side so that it gives a kind of a transition from the end of your videos to the outros. So like you can see right here. So it gives that transition right there. Next, on an outro, you obviously need music. So I want you to go to YouTube and type in no copyright sounds. And you can click basically on any of these songs on this channel. And they have a variety of choices. These are non-copyrighted songs, so you can put in your videos without having to worry about getting copyright striked on your channel. So pretty much once you find a song that you want to use in your outro, you can just click on the video, and I'm going to go ahead and pause. And in the description, they should have a link for you to download, so a free download link right here. Click on it, and that will direct you right here. And click on this button, free download, and then click download. And you usually have to sign up with Facebook. You have to log in with Facebook or whatnot. So you just continue as Andrew. I'm not going to go ahead and do that. Continue as your profile, and you should be able to get a free download. After you get that downloaded onto your computer, go back to that file. And then I'm going to have it right here. So wherever your file is, whether you saved it on desktop or a certain file or folder, just go ahead and click on it, drag it into Sony Vegas like so, and click yes. And then we're going to go ahead and exit out of this. So once you find a certain area of the song that you want to use, you can go ahead and chop up the song. So first you're going to want to drag the opacity all the way down so that you don't see like the screen. If that is for you, if it just has a song, don't worry about that. So you're going to pretty much click anywhere that you want the song to start and your outro. So for me, I'm just going to go ahead and click right here and press the S button so that it splits the file right here. And then you're going to want to right click on this side of the music that you don't want to keep, and then click delete, and then drag this all the way to the front, and then click where this outro ends, so right here, and press S again, right click and delete this other side. So there you have it, there's your song right here. And we're gonna go ahead and fade and offset on these corners as well, so that the song doesn't just completely start at the song of the outro, it slowly fades into the outro and slowly fades out. So I'm gonna go ahead and right click on very below. I don't want to right click on any of these layers right here. Right click off of those layers, and then I'm going to insert a video track, and then go back to YouTube, and I want you guys to search up Motion Rain. As you can see, I searched up Motion Rain. So I'm going to go ahead and use this rain motion looping background right here. So go ahead and click on it. I'm going to go ahead and pause it. But I'm going to use this motion background on my intro just to give the illusion that my outro is actually moving or whatnot. So after you have this, after you're inside the video, you're going to go ahead and go up to the link button right here, into the link. And then before YouTube, you're going to type in SS, press enter. And this is how you're going to download the pretty much the video. So you're going to scroll down to download video in browser. After it's all loaded up, you're going to just click download, and it should start downloading it down here. After it's done, show in folder, and we're going to go ahead and just exit out of that, move it onto your desktop right here, exit out of that, and move it into this first track that you created right here. And make sure the sound is all the way down. If there is sound, just put it all the way down. And then we are going to go ahead and lower the opacity so that it's probably around, I would say, 30 or so. But you can go ahead and mess with it. And I'm going to go ahead and drag this all the way to where it's even with the motion outro image. And we're also going to fade offset to about the same amount as the motion outro image. So after we're done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and maximize the screen right here just to see if I like what I see. So I'm going to click on this go to start button right here and click to play just to see if I think the outro is all finished. And you can go ahead and tweak the opacity of the rain. So if you want it, you don't want it too rainy, but you know, it kind of gives the foggy impression right on this corner right here, so I kind of like that. I think this is pretty much finished. Once you like your finished product, just go to File, Render As, and then we're going to render it as a Internet HD 1080p, and then you're going to go to Render, and it shouldn't take too long. It should only take maybe a minute tops to render your outro, but I'll see you guys when it's finished. So once the rendering is all finished, you can go ahead and click this open box right here, and you can just go ahead and view your outro, your finished product. It's all rendered and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and exit out of that, and you can go ahead and exit out of this. Just make sure it's on your desktop. It should have saved it on the desktop. There it is right there. It's labeled untitled, but I would go ahead and change the title to outro final or something like that, and so that you can remember it. And I'll go ahead and put it in one of like your YouTube folders or something, just because this is really important and you don't want to lose it. Go ahead, exit out of Sony Vegas, click no, and then go back to your channel page, because I want to show you guys how to like add an actual video in there, because you don't do it on the outro file, you would do it on YouTube. So how to actually put your videos in those boxes is you click on your channel icon right here, go to Creator Studio, and then you're going to click on Edit on whatever video you have your outro added onto, and then you're going to go to End Screen and Annotations, and pretty much wherever your outro starts, so let's say it starts pretty much right about here, you're going to add an element right here, and you're going to add a video right here. Most recent upload, you're going to click on that, create element, and there it is right there. So you're going to put that on your previous box right here, and then you're going to go ahead and add another element, create best for viewer, and you're going to go ahead and place that where the random button square is. So go ahead and place that right there. And I'm going to add one more element, and that's subscribe. So I'm going to create that, and I'm going to place that in this other corner right here. So basically you have videos right here, you got your social media down here, and then you also have a subscribe button right here. So when people hover over this, they can click on it, it'll go to your previous video. When they hover over this and click on it, go to a random video, hover over this one and click on it, they will subscribe, and then they can also see your social media. So go ahead and make sure you save that right there. And you will have to do this for each and every one of your videos, but this way it actually changes the links for each of your videos. So different videos will have different links, so that not every single video will have the same 2 videos. It'll change for each video that you upload. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the tutorial. Now I'm going to do one more little thing, because I feel like some people might be confused about how to actually add the outro clip to the end of your videos. So just go ahead and open up Sony Vegas Pro 13 or whatever Sony Vegas software that you got, and just go ahead and drag that over here. Drag your outro, your clip right here, your final clip, drag it onto your Sony Vegas file right here. And let's just imagine that your video is right here. So just imagine that you have a clip and you have your actual video right here. You basically only have to drag this outro file to the end of your video right here, so that your video pretty much ends like right here and your outro starts right there. And that's pretty much all you have to do to put your outro in one of your videos. And then obviously you'll have to render the video and such in Sony Vegas. But that's pretty much it. If you guys want like a tutorial on how to edit videos in Sony Vegas, if you're not sure how to do that, I can be sure to make that. Just let me know down in the comments. If this video did help you out, if you found it helpful, then please drop a like and also subscribe. It's been your boy Havoc here, and I'm out. Peace.